this special broadcast brought to you by JNN, the Jenkins News Network. Tonight, a look back at the last 2 years and the events that helped shape them. First, we revisit the recent presidential election.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Suchek.
And I'm Mario Leone.
Today's discussion on the Jenkins News Network is discussion on the presidential election. Mario, what do you think?
Well, it seems that our two most prominent candidates at the moment are Lincoln and Douglas. Now, Lincoln has a strong platform, but overall, I see Douglas as coming out on top. When it comes right down to it, not only does he have a larger political resume than Lincoln, but he's a much more powerful speaker and orator as well. Also, he's the type to take his campaign public and speak all across the country, which is something that no other candidate in history has ever done. I think the public will definitely see that and decide that he is who they want.
Now, I agree with a small portion of what you have to say. Douglas definitely has the upper hand when it comes to public relations. Yet Lincoln has the full backing of the Republican Party. They keep their potential voters enticed and excited. Lincoln also seems to appeal to most Northerners. That's a great strength for him. And everyone loves a good story of a man rising from poverty to success. I think that the public will see this and want to vote for him. Besides, who wouldn't vote for a man nicknamed Honest Abe?
True, but it seems that the Republican Party is focusing more on the party's ideals, which is fine, but they're not talking about Lincoln as a person. I mean, this guy's going to be in charge of the country for the next 4 years. The public is going to want to know exactly what his personality is like. Also, I barely heard of any speeches or campaigning done by Lincoln himself, only by other Republicans. I feel he's going to need much more publicity if he wants to succeed.
The people already know all they should need. Word has gotten around that he's an honest man, and that should suffice, in my opinion. Now, there are two Democratic candidates also running. This splits their votes, giving Lincoln an even higher chance of victory. Also, with the Republican Party being fairly new, I think that people who are looking for a new party to go to will look to the Republican Party rather than the Democratic Party for something quite inviting. All in all, I believe the candidate that will be victorious will be Mr. Lincoln.
Right, well, I suppose we'll just have to see and what happens. Either way, I'm sure it's going to be a very fierce competition.
Indeed.
Lincoln would later go on to win the 1860 presidential election. And now, we delve further into the JNN video archives as we re-examine the fateful raid on Harper's Ferry by John Brown.
Here I am on the scene where a year ago, the infamous John Brown attempted an unsuccessful slave rebellion here in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. Now let us take a look back at the events of a year ago. Hello, this is Tyler Varon, reporting a breaking news story in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. This is Jenkins News Network. Just a few days ago, a traumatizing event led by John Brown and his followers ensued on the Federal Armory here in Harper's Ferry. This event, an unsuccessful raid to liberate Southern slaves, was not the first time John Brown tried something like this. A few years ago, John Brown killed 5 people in Kansas. On this harrowing event, 11 people were wounded and are found to be dead. What you are about to see is not a dramatization nor a reenactment. This is the true events of Harper's. Hey, you! Stop! Before I shoot! While the events at the engineering building were unfolding, we managed to get an interview with Colonel Robert E. Lee, commander of the local militia and United States Marines, sent to suppress the uprising. You know, after the raid, that John Brown character, he ran ran and holed up in an engineering factory, and us Union soldiers came in because we got a call from Washington. They said, go get these people who were trying to start something down in Virginia. And we marched down. It took us a while. We got there 3 days after the event happened, and when we got there, this John Brown fellow was sitting in this big building with a bunch of guns and a bunch of people, and just remember we surrounded him and we were gonna get him. We were gonna shoot him. We told him, we said, come out, we're gonna shoot. Well, that boy, him and his fellows, they put up a white flag. They said, we don't want to hurt nobody. No, just we killed some people. Just wanted to get these slaves free. And well, us Union folk, we don't like no insurrection down south, especially in the southern states where they're trying to get people free, because those slaves are what keeps the South's economy going. And we said, you can't do that, so we took them in, and after 3 days of a little conniption down in Virginia, we got them. We got them good.
When the revolt was finally defeated, we sat down with none other than John Brown, the notorious leader of the uprising.
Man, I can't believe they caught me. I was trying so hard. Trying to get those slaves free. Trying to get them a better life. Get in there, get some guns. Revolt against the Union. But it just couldn't be. No slaves came. No one came to get the guns. No one came to revolt. Then that Lee fella, he came in. Came and got me. He got me. He got me good. Good.
Brown would later be hung as punishment for his actions. And now, today's archival speed segment. On August 27, 1859, Edwin Drake drilled the first oil well in the United States near Titusville, Pennsylvania. And on September 2nd, the largest magnetic sunstorm ever reported caused the loss of telegraph communications across the country. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time as we examine 1861, the year that has yet to be. My name is Mario Leone. Thanks for watching.